When you have gone through a childbirth, right? I think it makes it more real. Watching this before we had children, Gene, you'd be like, so what? You're on a bed, you got a doctor there. He's got a doctor bag with shots and things. You think it can't be that bad, right?
Buddy, I thought women were like fucking kangaroos. I thought it was a little pouch. They cut them open, it just falls out.
You think back in the old days with the cavemen, you just pop them out. You go back to work. You keep going like the old days. I didn't think it was going to be something like this, but the doctor, when you get James Caan, turns back up into the brothel, right? He finally finds her. He busts the door open, and you see the doctor, gloves, like crazy mad scientist gloves on, blood everywhere. He's got his eye cut open. He's looking like he's run a marathon. He's sweaty. There's been a gun battle going on. And the doctor just looks at him and says, "It's under control. There's nothing you can do here." And I know, as somebody who's been in a delivery room with a difficult birth, that Emma was an emergency C-section. So I have lived this scene. I've lived the chaos of just cutting Vanessa open, of grabbing Emma out, of blood, shit, everything all over the place. And this was not in a Mexican brothel. So I'm watching this.
It's an Orlando brothel.
And I'm finding myself, no, it was Winnie Palmer, great hospital, great women's hospital. I recommend it highly. But I'm watching this and I'm like, oh my God, she's not going to make it. That's going to be a staph infection. Oh, that's horrible. Even when they talk about doing the epidural, I'm like, you cannot do an epidural, hit the right spot in between the vertebrae and get in there in a dirty, filthy, cum-soaked Mexican like mattress. Gene, watching this now, because you've watched it multiple times.
Yeah.
As a father of a child who's been there for the birth of a real child, did this cause you more stress knowing how dangerous it was?
Buddy, fucking night and day. Childbirth, for those people who have not experienced the miracle that is childbirth, it is somehow simultaneously routine and yet incredibly risky. Like, they're so passe about everything that's going to happen, but then also like they'll just throw out stats of like, yeah, and then you have to go for an emergency C-section, and like who knows what's going to happen then. I have never been more afraid in my life, Big D, than I was during Sarah's pregnancy. And we didn't have what you guys had, right? We didn't have an emergency C-section. It was 7 hours from water breaking to labor, unmedicated. Like everything just went bam, bam, bam. It was quick. I can't say it was painless, but it was definitely quick. And you can do all the classes. You can take all the vitamins. You can bring all the comfort items. You can tour the hospital ahead of time. We did that. You meet the doctors. Still, when labor starts, you as a man are absolutely helpless.